Hey there, I'm Kevin Downey, and I run an agency called Kevin M. Downey, where we help companies with their recruiting, sales, and marketing efforts. You can visit our website at kevinmdowney.com. Okay, today's topic, do you need a sales rep, or should you be looking at a business development representative for your B2B company? And this topic is mostly geared towards small business, but not exclusively, and startups, and principals that are maybe doing their own sales still, but don't want to do business development, don't want to do cold outreach, don't have the time, don't want to do it, whatever. Same thing, more or less in my experience. The question becomes, a lot of companies come into us and they'll say, I need a sales representative. Okay, maybe, but maybe that's not the right solution. So what are the advantages of hiring a sales representative versus hiring, say, a business development representative who might be responsible only for generating leads and appointments, say, for the existing salespeople or for you as a principal? So a sales representative is going to be able to take the whole thing turnkey, right? So they can go end to end, right? They can do prospecting all the way through to getting paper. And that's great. And that's what everybody wants when they come in and they think, oh, that's what I want. I want an experienced sales rep from our industry with an existing book of business and a Rolodex. Which doesn't really exist all that much, but that's what they come in asking for, right? A lot of times. But if you have a sales representative, right, the advantage is turnkey, right? They're going from end to end. They take care of everything, right? Downside is to build that kind of team gets more expensive because they are more expensive. We're going to walk through that in a second. But also the ROI on the representative takes longer, all right? Because in order for a rep to start doing prospecting, build leads and appointments for themselves, build a customer base, and to the end where they're basically then an account executive, account manager, and they're not hunting anymore, right? That's going to take a long time. That's going to take probably years, at the bare minimum 12 to 18 months. But in most cases, it's going to take years. And even to get ROI out of that sales representative with their base salaries requirements is going to take 9 to 12 months, more than a year. And most small businesses can't handle that. They can't handle being behind the 8 ball on a sales rep off their base, right? So a lot want to do commission only and all that stuff. And again, that's its own topic. I cover that in another podcast episode or on a podcast recently. But anyway, so when you look at building your sales team, take a step back and think of another idea or thought process. And that is, depending on where you're positioned as a company, do you have existing salespeople? Do you have some or one that can use more customers? Or are you small so that you don't have any salespeople and it's just you as a principal or principal selling, maybe you and a partner or something like that, right? Which is fine. That's great. Start that way, right? Do you really need to go hire a sales representative, or, right, should we go much lower cost in most cases, get a business development representative that is going to drive leads and appointments to you as a principal or your existing salespeople that are experienced, who are going to have a really high closing rate, and you're going to be able to get ROI out of that business development rep a lot faster than you would a typical sales representative, right? So if we look at sales reps, base salaries, bare minimum 50, 60,000, but typically 100, and push 150 in base for some of our clients, right? But most is in the 75 to 100 range, right? That's the demand these days. If they're remote, it's a little less. It might be like 60 to 90, but they're going to be looking for pretty strong base compensation, and you have to wait for them to do the whole process end to end, right? So you build a sales team like that, your structure like that, or if you have an experienced sales rep that can take more customers, or you're really small and it's just you selling, should you consider a business development representative that is going to be less expensive to drive leads and appointments for your existing salesperson, or for you, where you have people that are a lot more likely or much more experienced at closing than a new sales representative would be in all likelihood. And now you can get better ROI out of that business development representative than you can a new sales representative, and get it faster, right? So that's what you really want to think about when you're going to grow a sales team and you're thinking about it, right? Because again, the first thing that almost so many small businesses come to us with is we want to hire a sales representative. We want someone with experience in our industry. We want them with an existing book of business and a Rolodex. And heck, we want them commission only too. Yeah, that's not going to happen. That's a unicorn. Not going to happen. We get that a lot. Part of the reason that we get that, though, is because those owners, typically it's very small businesses that don't have a sales team. They've maybe hired a rep or two and not had success. typically the reason why is because they've not built a business development process for their sales team to follow, number one. They don't help them with data all that much and all that stuff. And so they're not confident enough in their ability to train a sales representative on process to be successful. So they figure it's easier to go find somebody with the right experience and just hand it to them and say, hey, go get it, right? Here's a check. And it just doesn't work that way. It's not usually very successful. And this is why you have to consider your sales team structure out of the gate, especially in small businesses or if you're a funded company. And the way that you use your money, right, is you've got to take a hard look at it and say, okay, do I really need a sales rep right now? Or do I just need more leads and appointments? Is that really what we need? If you really just need leads and appointments, go get a business development rep. Run proper email infrastructure. Send 3,000, 6,000, or multiples of that in terms of outbound emails a day. That will help you get where you want to go faster and at better ROI, or get to ROI faster than if you hire a sales representative or sales representatives. Okay. Hopefully that helps. We can help you if you need help recruiting a business development representative, a sales representative, email infrastructure. Reach out to us, kevinmdowney.com. Thanks for being here today. Best of luck in business, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.